What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to tonight's Anfield Agenda news recap. Rather than having you guys sift through a 1 hour and 45 minute live stream, which by the way was great fun tonight, so if you do get a chance, it was an interesting one. Sabrina had a little cameo in it, but she wasn't on camera, but there was a bit of fun banter, so do check it out if you get a chance. But I'm going to go through and give you a recap of all the stories that we've spoken about. Mohamed Salah and PSG, Ryan CHERKI, and a few other bits and pieces over the course of the next 8 to 10 minutes. We do want to know your thoughts on all of these stories, so do let me know in the comment section. Do drop a like in the video if you enjoy it, but most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. I want to make something else really clear, and I thought this would have been well known at this point, but when we put up titles of streams, so for instance we ask a question or we spoke about a transfer, I don't believe all these stories. Some people seem to think that I'm the most gullible human in the world and believe every story from everywhere and think Liverpool are signing 10 players a year. What we do is we go around, we find all the stories linking us to players, talking about different bits and pieces, we bring them into the live stream and we use them as a conversation piece, and then we ask you what you think of them. We vote on a lot of them, but I'm not that gullible to believe them all, nor do I expect everybody else to think they're all true. We use them as a way to just have a jumping off point for a conversation, which, you know, that's why we put question marks and stuff on them. So just wanted to clear that up, because a couple of comments tonight I think maybe just thought I believed everything I read. So speaking of not believing everything you read, let's speak a little bit about Ryan CHERKI. So two things today. L'Equipe and Get French Football News has spoken a little bit about the fact that Lyon would be open to an offer in January, although it would have to be a significant offer if they were to sell him. But Fabrice Hawkins has also come out to say Paris Saint-Germain will not be signing Ryan CHERKI and that Liverpool are showing interest. Again, I just don't see where we have the space. I don't know enough about the player to say whether he's good enough for Liverpool or not. Many people have been split on this in the chat. But the stories aren't going away. Are all emanating from France, so I don't know if that's maybe them trying to help Lyon raise money, because they are in some financial predicaments where they could face relegation because of these financial concerns. So let me know your thoughts on that one. And while we're on PSG, a bit of a mad story came out earlier on that we are very much not believing, but of course, like I mentioned, we have to bring them to you. So this report from Yallakora, spelled Yallakora, said, and it was posted by Transfernews Live at Transfer or at Deadline Day Live on X. They said Mo Salah had agreed a deal to join Paris Saint-Germain on a free transfer in the summer, but he changed his mind and reduced his wage demands to Liverpool. Now, I find that story hard to believe for two reasons. One, PSG themselves have come out and maybe a month ago, maybe even less, said that it isn't true. There's been no talk of Mohamed Salah going to PSG. Salah is friends with the PSG president, but there's never been any entertaining of the idea of them signing him. But most importantly, I think he's too good to go and play for PSG in the French league. So it wouldn't make any sense, because they're not going to win the Champions League. He'll know that. And if it was a money thing, well, he'd probably get more money going to the Saudi Pro League or the MLS. So I don't believe it. But again, it is a story that was out there about Mo, and we feel it's important we bring these to the table. Next up, Nico Williams. So The Athletic say Liverpool have a long-standing admiration for Nico Williams ahead of the January transfer window, and the report recently has given them fresh hope. The report said that Barcelona may no longer have an interest in signing Nico Williams due to the form of Lamine Yamal and Rafinha this season. They go on to say, despite this change in stance from the La Liga club, the report claims that Williams is increasingly likely to move to the Premier League if he was to leave Bilbao. It goes on to say that Liverpool will face competition from Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea and Bayern Munich for his signature, and it's been reported that any club who want to sign him would have to pay the €55 million or about £45.5 million release clause in his contract, which, look, let's be honest, probably will turn out to be a bargain for whatever club did make that signing. But I still can't see where Liverpool fit him in if Salah signing his new deal, which we believe to be the case. And also on the left hand side, where he plays more prominently, we've got two very, very good players there in Gakpo and Lucho. So yeah, love the player, but can't see where it fits for us. Another story that came out today was a bit of advice, or a warning I should say, that Jamie Carragher wanted to give, and we covered this earlier on, to Trent. He said, my advice to Trent would be to sign a new deal with a reasonable buyout clause that will give the club some value if Real Madrid or anybody else decide to meet it. Now, before this, he also went on to speak about the fact that Macca previously, not our current Macca, Steve McManaman, probably has a little bit of bad blood from some Liverpool fans because we feel like we missed out on a transfer fee. And I kind of agree with Jamie on this, to be honest. But I don't think Trent would do that because I don't think Real Madrid would pay the transfer fee in the future. And they probably will be saying to him it's now or never. So let me know your thoughts on that one. So we mentioned this earlier on, but it's a glowing reference of Arne Slot from a sporting director of one of Liverpool's rivals. So this piece here from Greg Evans said, everyone in the game is so impressed with him. This is the sporting director speaking, I guess under anonymity. He's a likeable, staggeringly understated and cool as hell. I've been as amazed at the success of him as many others. I thought Jurgen would be an extremely tough manager to follow, but this man is handling it so well. And then we spoke about Alphonso Davies a little bit as well. There's been some stories in Germany from Christian Falk and a few others to state that Bayern have put contract talks with him on hold till January, which isn't really that far away, and that Liverpool are a club keeping an eye on the situation that he'd be open to moving to, but more concrete interest is probably there from Manchester United and Real Madrid. And again, I agree with that, and if I was to, for what it's worth, if I was to take a guess, and it is a guess, I would think CHERKI is probably the most likely for us to look at in the future. Then we revealed some talks are taking place between Liverpool and Sheffield United about sending Tyler Morton on loan to the Championship side for the remainder of the campaign. Would like to know your thoughts on that potential move. Do you think it would be good for him, or do you think it makes more sense, like I do, if we manage to bring in another midfield body? Then there was a piece that said Zubamendi has again once decided he's doing a U-turn and he's leaving Real Sociedad. The piece goes on to say most likely be in the summer. And I guess the question I'd have for you guys and girls watching is, I don't think we could wait around for Zubamendi till the summer and then hope that he's true to his word. For me, we need to sort the midfield position in January, and whether it's Zubamendi or elsewhere, it's got to be done for me. So that is pretty much it from me, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a reminder, I won't be live at all on Saturday. We'll be back on Sunday, 3:15 p.m. to start the watch along of the Spurs game. The preview of that game is coming out tomorrow, so keep an eye for that one dropping. Have a wonderful Saturday. If you're going to be like me and watching the boxing, I hope it lives up to the event that we think it's going to be. And again, a huge thank you for your continued support of the channel. Hopefully we've got a great 2025 ahead of us as a channel, and of course for the Reds on the pitch. And thank you all for your support. We'll talk to you soon. Much love, my friends. Bye bye.